I'm gonna start recording just in case you say something hilarious and we missed it. Sydney.
Oh my god. That was the funniest thing you've ever said, Ellie. Oh no, were we not recording yet? Oh my god.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. You guys missed it. You should have been here.
Just imagine.
You guys should have paid to see us at 10 a.m. in the morning on a Monday. God damn. And
God damn.
The people outside who are, I think they're removing balconies from my neighbor.
I was about to say, I could hear I thought you were playing in our recording software like a little floor of like ominous like bwah, bwah, bwah. Now I'm realizing it's a jackhammer outside.
It's a jackhammer, and they have like one of those building constructions that looks unbelievably dangerous.
Scaffolding.
You know, I have a fear of wind, or I used to have a pretty significant fear of wind.
You've lessened it. It's become better.
I've CBT'd that shit, but in Sweden, while I was there was a thunderstorm, and an entire fucking scaffolding, a huge one, fell over.
Oh, dude, this is a rational fear, especially in New York City. There's been. Highly recommend the show How To with John Wilson. It's a documentary style show, but it's comedy.
Okay.
But he does a whole episode about scaffolding in New York City.
And how
basically,
wind? No.
No. It's not bad. It's not bad. But it's basically it's like a money suck in New York. Like it's this whole like vicious cycle of like, they leave the scaffolding up, which makes like the buildings pay more, and they take longer to take the scaffolding down, even though like there's nothing being done on the buildings. Like it's this weird, and there's like a few monopolies of like scaffolding companies.
Yeah.
But I was watching it, and I was like, this is fascinating. Like,
dude,
what the fuck?
New York has so many fucked up things going on in the city that are laws that were like bureaucracy laws that made in like the 70s to combat this thing, but then the result became this because everyone fucking hustles in the city, so they find all the loopholes and ruins the entire thing. And I'm obviously voting for Mamdani, but I'm worried that he's gonna discover some horrible things as he enters office.
Good, you know, he's gonna look through the books that everybody's been cooking for the past 12 years.
Exactly, or past, I would say
more, 24.
60 years, but I think, for example, so I was looking, not that I am in anywhere, shape or form close to like the financial stability to ever buy anything in the city, like a house, but I was looking at prices.
No, anything at all. I can barely afford a latte, let's be honest.
Exactly. And like $9 latte is our current situation.
That's hurting my purse right now.
Yeah. So I'm currently drinking, you know what? Gevalia coffee imported from Sweden with some milk. That's good enough. That's a latte.
Cheers. I'm drinking some homemade coffees too.
Yes. Plink. It's also reheated, microwave reheated.
Literally, I just microwaved mine. It's been sitting out since like 8 a.m. and I was like, oh, I'm about to record. I need to heat up my shitty coffee.
Yeah, I also found some Halloween candy Skittles right now, and that does not mix well with coffee. Just you know, it's disgusting.
I know we're digressing. I bought 2 different bags. I picked like the good chocolate bag, the Reese's, the Hershey's. Xavier picked a cheaper bag so we could mix them in together, and he got like the Dum Dums. The like the lollipops. Now, guess what we're left with?
The Dum Dums.
No, we're left with fucking bubble gum.
The
hard bubble gum. I mean, Xavier was like, should we just throw this away? Like,
dude,
no children wanted it.
We threw away. So we were really. I'm gonna come back to my other thing. Just so
we're coming back to the
scaffolding.
Yeah, we're coming back.
Yeah, but because it was just Halloween here, and it was the first Halloween that I actually did trick or treating properly with Junie and Lily. We went down, a story, and it was so awesome. It was like old ladies standing there and being like, "There you go," like Greek ladies, and Junie, for some reason, does not. I'm like, you have to say trick or treat, honey, and she just went up there, and I'm like, Uni, what do you say? And she's like, may I have some candy, please?
Oh, my God.
I'm like, trick or treat.
A polite child.
Then I'm like, it's trick or treat, honey. And then if they say no, you throw eggs on their windows, And
If you say no, you kick them in the balls.
yeah, exactly. And she was just like, I don't want to do that, And I'm like, okay, fine.
Oh my God.
But we were very hard. They got all the candy, and I said, Uni and Lily, you're allowed to eat as much as you want on this Friday night, like till you puke, basically.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna throw it out, like the rest. And we we're terrible. But Chris and I were like, we cannot keep eating this. Chris has pre-diabetic.
Oh, like for you guys too, it's dangerous. Yeah,
it's super dangerous. I'm like, I could not stop eating those little nerds or whatever they're called. Like they're so sour and tasty.
Okay, but you have so much better willpower than I, because there's no way I would have been able to do that.
And the thing is, Uni accepted it. Lily, on the other hand, freaked out. But there are so many, and these lollipops, I hate them, and the bubble gums, because they're super choking hazards as well. First of all, it's like a hard candy, and then in it's like bubble gum, and I'm like, Lily is gonna choke and die. Yeah. Please don't give that kind of shit to kids. Anyway, back to the scaffolding. In New York City, there are on Manhattan, like on Upper East Side. That's where I looked at apartments just to see what the maintenance costs. So, for example, if I got a windfall of money, I got $2 million tomorrow.
Yeah.
If I bought a house or like an apartment on Upper East Side, you will have to look at the maintenance cost to see what your monthly fee would be. And that's like the benefit of buying, is that you get usually a lower, like $500 a month to do the house maintenance, whatever, or taxes, etc. However, in New York City, due to some weird ass homeowners association, it's like $8,000 a month plus the $2 million you have to pay for the actual house. And I'm like, why is that? Why are the maintenance fees so high on Upper East Side? And who can afford it?
And they're not even part of taxes. Like, it's separate from taxes. The maintenance fee, it's almost like you're buying a condo. Yeah, it's like homeowners association.
Yeah. And I'm like, and then I looked into it, and they're like, yeah, it's because these houses are built on leased land. So, like, they don't own the land.
They don't own the land.
Exactly. They just own the house on the land. And I'm like, what the and then this was like a thing that happened in the 50s, or something.
Yeah.
Like, it's an old law that no one really took care of or fixed. And now everyone's sort of fucked. So, you have these people try to sell their apartments. No one wants to buy this, so they lower it. And I'm like, oh, there's like a 3-bedroom apartment for $500,000 on Manhattan? Oh my God, why don't I mean, even I could find a way to buy that maybe one day.
Yeah.
But then I look at the HOA, monthly, and it's like $16,000 a month. And I'm like, oh, what? Like, why would I ever? Yeah. And that's, it's one of those things that I'm like, boy howdy. By the way, you said that last episode.
Boy howdy. It's great, because it really describes.
Such a good. It's boy howdy what our new mayor might have to deal with.
And if you're listening to this in the future, election day is tomorrow for us. So a lot of people have done early voting, but I'm hitting the polls hard tomorrow. If you know what I mean. I'm fucking slamming that pencil down on that Scantron.
Yeah, this is my 3rd time voting. Given the fact that I've only been a citizen for a year, I've already voted like 3 times. Like, first
Isn't
in the
democracy amazing?
It's so great. No, but it's crazy how many times you actually get to vote in in America.
Local
Sweden,
elections.
But one of them was I've lost. I really want us to have a win. I've lost so many times.
That's how I feel. I'm like, I've been alive and able to vote since I've been alive, but I've been able to vote since Obama.
Right.
And it has mostly been bad since then. For everything. It's just fucking tanked. So I'm like, I need a win. I need Mamdani. I need a win. I need the city to feel like a good place and not like I'll never be able to afford it in my entire life. Yeah, I'm getting political. I don't care. Yeah. If Cuomo can find the money to fucking boost the police in New York and spend ungodly amounts on the New York City Police Department, stripping away from like the metro, stripping away from the buses. I'm like, Mamdani can reallocate the funds to have cheaper groceries. and
Yeah.
free bus service. Like, we're spending money. People don't realize we're spending money, and it's your fucking tax money on
Oh, yeah.
so much billionaire bullshit.
Even trillions on the military complex. Sorry, this got very political. I mean,
That's okay. We're
I
heated.
feel like
We're heated today.
I feel like people like they wouldn't listen to us if they were MAGA.
Well, yeah, I'm like, listen to us, and then if you disagree, that's fine. But, look into what we talk about, because I think it's important.
Yep. But everyone's welcome, even the crazy people who vote wrong. You're wrong, and you're
wrong and you're bad. Welcome.
You're entitled to your wrong opinion, and that's fine. No, I think, but can you imagine how sad this episode's gonna come out in 4 weeks or 3 weeks or so, I think, and maybe what if he lost? I would be devastated. Oh, no, but hey, I don't believe in astrology and stuff. Like I don't think I have the power of prediction. So don't worry. Don't worry. Anything I say. Oh, that's a funny character. Someone who's like a skeptic but gets power of like gets prediction power. Is able becomes like a medium of like someone who's just like I don't believe in any of this, and then like oh god I can see the future, but I don't believe in it.
But I don't believe in it. Yeah. I mean, or like Cassandra in Greek mythology, where she could see the future.
Yeah.
Like she was actually gifted by the gods, but it was like a curse, and no one fucking believed her. And she was like, guys, for real. And they're like, you are fucking crazy. Stop.
Yeah. Oh, God. We are doing a shopping episode this week because I haven't prepared much.
Shopping.
And Sydney lost her character sheet, or
Let's
I
talk
lost
about
it. One of us have lost.
Let's
her
talk. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
It burned down. Yeah.
It disappeared. It disappeared. It can't cry over spilt milk. And one of my favorite things about doing this with Ellie is that we're majority, except for your notes, like majority screenless. We are pen and paper, improv, theater of the mind. It's really fun. It's really refreshing. When so much is, and I love a virtual tabletop, like I love a map and I love all that stuff, but it's so rare that I get to play like this.
Yeah.
And with that came my mistake of only having my paper character sheet and not having a digital backup.
Right.
That's on me.
Yeah.
But the good news is I re-listened to session 0, which I think is very interesting to do like halfway through a season.
Yeah. I wonder what are things I haven't listened to it in a while. What are things you noticed? Oh.
So much has changed. Eliza as a character totally changed. Like I didn't even know she was going to be an actor. I was like she's a writer entertainer. She's
cool.
like an entertainer. She turned into an actor later, I think after we talked.
Yeah.
But she was married and then she got married again. This was all about like her finances. We were talking about that. Yeah. I had a much different idea of how she would come across Egerkrans.
Oh yeah.
I was like spitballing stuff and it's just like obviously not what happened. But I went back and listened because I needed to get my points, my character points, my attributes and my skills. Mm-hmm. So I did that. I went back, I filled that back in. So I have my character sheet up and running again. Everything's good. Yeah. And I was talking with Ellie because I was like, man, we're getting far in the adventure and we've only really had, I think, 2 downtime sessions.
Yeah. Because I forgot to do a bunch of them between. I think the last one we did was after the part 1 of Man of River, which is Man of River, like when Nicholas' wedding went down. Yeah. And that we needed like a little chill time. But then you went to do the whole dragon thing, and then you went to do the theater play, and then Skid had a whole arc where that was sort of like a prologue. So it's a lot has happened since we did like any upgrades and I gave out any experience points. But as is us, we're gonna continue on the tradition of improvising this and hand wave it a lot to see what makes sense, and then I'll just adjust the encounters based on your skills. This is a little. It's not a spoiler. I played with the Patreon our wonderful Patreons, the $25 tiers. I played with them yesterday. A one shot that I wrote together, and they were my first test experiment. But one group did really well, and one group TPK'd. And so
for the same adventure.
Yeah. Maybe I made the second, because it's the second group that TPK'd, so it's probably because I learned a bunch of things from playing with the first group.
You went too easy on the first.
Yeah, I went too easy, but then I went way too hard on the second group. And also they were unbelievably unlucky with the die rolling.
Oh no.
Which is actually, like, sometimes I'm like, that's the thing with Vaesen, is that doesn't matter necessarily if you have, you know, 10 sixes. You might still not get a fucking 6.
Yeah.
And that's...
It's happened to me. Dude, the Man of River, the first part ending at the wedding. Like...
Oh, yeah.
Failed. I failed like 3 different times. Like, you really tried to let me, you know, try different things, and I just could not get a success.
Yeah. And it's... what I like, though, with Vaesen is that in other games, especially the D20 games, you sort of feel deflated, and it can easily get... not boring, but not like the joy can sort of go away when you feel like your character's just failing. Turn after turn, useless. Where here it becomes a story moment, and that's definitely what happened in Man of River Wedding. It turned into a horrifying story moment, which it might have happened anyway. Oh God, I heard. Did you hear that?
What? Did it boom or something?
It was like a notification, but let me...
Oh no, I can't hear. It's in your cans.
It's in my cans. My titties. Anyway.
Okay.
So anyway, but just so we can, for those of you who are not interested in a shopping app, by the way, when you're typing on the keyboard, I hear it sounds like one of those customer service keyboard.
Oh no, can you hear it?
A little bit, but we can hear. Yeah, you know, when you're calling a customer service, then they're like, "And what's your first name?" And then you hear like a fucking typing, like a pretend typing from this AI bot.
I need to get pretend typing. I need to get like soft keys or something, because like I like the mechanical keyboard, like it's nice, it feels good, but like it is fucking loud. Xavier makes fun of me too. Like, he can hear it outside my office, and he'll walk in and just pretend, like he'll like stand and pretend to type near me, and I'll be like, okay, I get it. It's annoying.
But I mean, if you're a writer, it's the same reason why people have the typing typewriter. It's because
I feel like I'm really doing something.
Yeah. But for those of you, because we have gotten like, actually one comment was like, "Hey, you guys banter a lot," but a lot of people actually love. I think some people don't listen to our story and just want to listen to us bant, and some people are the opposite.
You can't please them all.
But I will, just to sort of wrap up a little bit of what happened. I mean,
yes,
Olaf got shot in the heart.
Can we talk about Anne joining for the previous arc, mini arc? That was so much fun.
Yep. We will have her on Birch if we haven't already. This is in the future, after all.
Yeah. Man, and thank you, Ellie. That was like such a nice surprise, and it was so much fun to play with Anne again and with you all together.
Yeah.
And also, what the fuck? What the fuck?
Yeah.
For the listeners, everything was a shock to me. Did not know Anne was going to be there. Didn't know my husband was going to be, Eliza's husband was going to be brought into the world. Everything was like completely improv in the moment, me making decisions, trying to like be in Eliza's head, you know, about things. Yeah. And wow, that ending, I mean,
it's hard to sort of manufacture PvP. Without, like, because I do feel bad for Anne, like the most gentle, most kindest person on the planet, and I'm like, Anne, I need you to fucking backstab Sydney so hard. Like, do not let her, you know, suspect anything. Do not let the listener suspect anything. But then I was like, am I just cruel, you know? But I gave her a justification. That too. But I gave her a justification for it, which is pretty sad. But I'd also think that Anne is a very good storyteller. So she was just like, I'm not gonna like push this and let him die, basically, because sometimes, some people are like, no, I'm gonna try to like have him continue to fight tooth and nail and try to kill like the main protagonist. But I think Anne felt like, no, we're gonna. I know what this story needs, and this is not about the husband. This is about Eliza at the end, and so she very graciously went down with him, and I thought that was such a cool, fun moment. But I did I wrote her. She's like, oh yeah, let me know some story beats, and I'm like, okay, you're gonna betray her.
You are gonna be horrible.
Yeah, but it does make sense. I mean, I might have to do like what we also did now is that we uncovered something that people know of Eliza, and are basically after her. You did pick up something like the society, which I love that Anne managed to get that in, and that you picked up on it. But more immediate concern is that you're standing, one man shot, one man dead in a lake. And, your father just died. I guess you could play it off as a jealousy affair, like the men basically shot each other.
Well, my question was, because it was kind of ambiguous, did he get dragged under the lake by the creature and like disappeared?
Yeah.
Or did he get like torn apart and his body's there?
I felt like he got dragged down right by the creature. That's what it seemed. That's what it seemed like in the moment. And I guess you could tell the authorities. Like, yeah, what would you tell the authorities? Like, Olaf is bleeding out. Let's have Olaf roll another broken, how broken he is. 43 he got on the Vasen. See here, I need to open.
See.
Do you
I
have
love the table?
Broken.
Do I have the? I do. Do you want me to look up broken?
If you can get to the broken table.
Yeah, let me do
and
it.
Look up what 42 is.
Let me do it. Let me do it.
Sorry.
Okay. 43. Oh, this. Oh, fuck. This makes sense. Dirty wound.
Oh no.
It is fatal.
There should be
1d6 days, and the effect, the defect is sepsis force -1. So he would have to get to a hospital. Like, we would have to get to a hospital.
So roll a d6 to see how many days.
Why?
You have.
Why would I? Why make me do that? 4 days. 4 days.
Okay.
We have time.
You have 4 days, yeah, exactly, to make sure that the wound does not get septic.
Oh my god! Yeah, and this dirty lake, like lake water, mud, and dirt, and of mythological creature.
But I will say, the people do show up when they hear the gunshots, and they see a terrible scene of you're like kneeling next to Olaf. He's gurgling on his own. It's blood in his lungs. Maybe that's a little too intense if he's gonna survive. But because I'm like, when you start spitting up blood, isn't that like GG?
Maybe it's a clean wound, like like it didn't hit any organs, but like the wound itself will become infected.
Right.
Through the shoulder.
Yeah. So local authorities, they talk to you. What do you say? What do you tell them?
I mean, she tries to be as truthful as possible about Milliam.
You're right.
Milliam Andrews. And I think she's kind of hysterical anyway after everything that happened.
Yeah.
She's a bit like catatonic, but then she'll go through these bouts of like talking really fast. And then sort of, kind of stare off again as they're asking questions. And what ends up coming out is jumbled. Like, clearly the cops, I assume, would think that she is traumatized.
Right.
But she says, I was with Olaf, and he thought he shot him. He thought I wouldn't. He thought we were He was jealous. He was so jealous. He ran. He shot him. He thought I wouldn't do that. He was...
Mrs. Andrews, please calm yourself. And the constable waves over sort of the trauma team. Not that I think that he had that back in the 19th century. They probably just like put handcuffs on you and
they
like,
just give me like sleeping pills.
Yeah. But they take you to they take you to the hospital or like to the doctor's office. And
Olaf too, right? Like they take us both.
Exactly. They're taking you to, and you're wrapped up in a blanket in the waiting room area. Your mother shows up, distraught of like, I thought I had lost my. You're the only one I have left. Eliza, I know things are terrible right now, but please, you have to be careful. And then she looks at you. Did you have an affair with that Swede? It's all right, you can tell me.
No, Mother.
And she believes you.
Yeah. And I think, there's so much she wants to say to her mom right now, too, because of the lake, of the creature. Like, she knows everything. She's confirmed everything. Her relationship to the creature, her mother's relationship to the creature, her father, like all these things. And how would she even begin?
And also
to explain.
An insecurity inside of you realizes the more people who knows, they are clearly in danger. Like someone sent your husband to kill you. They were able to convince your husband to kill you based off of there are powers that be.
Yeah,
this is like way bigger than you might have thought, and that people are watching you.
I think that will come to her later because this is like the immediate shock, and then she'll be processing, replaying how everything happened, what her husband said. But yeah, that's definitely going to come to her later, where she's like, "I told my mom about Egerkrans. Like I told her what I was doing, even if she doesn't understand." It could put her in danger. Yeah.
After your mother understands that you seem like you're fine, I think the two of you get to an agreement. I'm basically like taking the mom out of the plot right now, just to have one person less person to worry about.
She's going to London.
Yeah, she's going to London, and she is reassured that this. Even if you won't admit it, she believes that your husband got jealous and shot Olaf, and Olaf shot him back. But since they haven't been able to find the body, or actually, she believes that no one knows that your husband is dead. Let's have it that way. Like you might not have been able to, that your husband is just gone, and they have gathered that he shot Olaf though, because the murder weapon is not there. So. And you will have to like, I have to discuss this later with my team of what the fuck to do. But right now, the cops are just like, okay, that's the official report. Like jealousy drama, husband shoots friend, abandoned scene, something like that.
Yeah. And I think and I do want to be clear too. Like she had the gun. Because she shot at her husband.
Oh, right.
But I think in the mix of everything, it was dropped into the lake and like the creature has it. Like it's they can't find it.
Right. And
the creature has a gun.
Yeah, exactly.
Has the gun.
Yeah, that horrible amphibian creature. By the way, I made up that creature. I had this idea that I was like, should it be tied to Man of River? We'll see, maybe, but it's not. Or like the neck, but then I was like, no, I want to have something more disgusting. And there is one of my favorite pictures. It's of like a nasty frog-like creature who takes out its arm across the surface of like a pond, and it's a beautiful woman. Like the hand turns into a beautiful woman, luring men in, but then like underneath the surface, it's this disgusting frog creature. And I thought that was like sort of my inspiration for this.
Oh, I do like that.
But there doesn't seem to be any like existing Vasen that I thought fit well with this. So this is just Ellie's fucked up brain Vasen.
I like it. I mean, I hate it, but I like it.
I think it should be called like the Grok or something like that. The Grok.
The Grok. I like it.
Isn't that an AI? Isn't that Elon Musk's AI or something?
Oh no, is it Grok?
Yeah.
All right.
Grog.
Well,
yeah,
even
but like
grosser.
yeah, exactly. It's gross. It's super gross.
Yeah.
The Grok, but that's what you're calling it for now. Because it sounded a little bit like Grok.
Grok.
And you spend a couple of days, Olaf fever, like his fever is going crazy as his body turns septic, but they're able to get the infection, even though they didn't have penicillin back then. So it's truly like, he might not actually then go septic, but but his wound does get infected. But they were able to clean it properly with alcohol. But he's like some harrowing days as he's sort of healing, calling out for his mom. And the name, Leia, Lea. And you know that this is his wife. Like his former wife that you don't not quite sure, but she's dead. I mean, you're sure that she's dead, but you don't know how.
Yeah. He's mentioned that she's dead, right?
Yeah, he's mentioned that he lost his entire family, so there might even be children involved as well. But eventually he wakes up, and the two of you, what do you want to do? You want to go back to Uppsala, or do you want to stay in London? You have a place in London, or you want to?
No, fuck this. I want to go back to Uppsala.
Yeah.
I think. Well, maybe she's worried about travel with him for a few days, so I think in sort of this downtime period, and God, after everything, like she stood up for Olaf. Like she didn't go with her husband. Obviously her husband was not on her side,
right?
But she trusted Olaf over him, and she kind of brings Olaf to like her flat that she has in London. She hasn't been there in a while, so she, it's like shaking out some like blankets and rugs and things and opening these windows to the smoggy London air, but putting on a kettle and filling a rubber bag, a hot water bag, and putting Olaf on the couch and giving him like that old hot water bag for his like wound area.
Yeah.
And he's got like an arm in a sling.
Yep.
And you just kind of see this montage of they spend maybe a week in London because she's afraid of him traveling and getting hurt or something happening with the wound. So she is cooking something she doesn't really do.
Yeah.
It's a lot of like
onion soup again.
It's a lot of soup. I was about to say it's a lot of like broths because she just puts stuff in it. Like she buys a chicken and like buys an onion and she's like, I think that's what goes in soup. Yeah. And maybe on one of the last nights, when he's feeling better and they talk about getting ready to get the train, she takes him like to a show at a theater that she's performed at before, and she knows the people there, and sort of like everyone's like, Eliza, like they didn't know she was back. And she's like kissing hands and talking, and everybody's like, oh, da, 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 da. And she introduces Olaf. And
do you think you have a rival in London, like someone that you do not like, would be there, but you don't like her or him?
Certainly. I think there's a few people. I think there's like 4 people, 3 women and 1 man, and they're like this catty group, and Eliza is in and out of it. Like they they let her be a part of that when they want to, and then they're horrible to her. So she tries to keep her distance, but it's like, of course they're there. Maybe they're in the show.
They do that thing of like, they bring up your embarrassing moments to Olaf. Of like,
oh yeah,
this one time Eliza, she forgot all of her lines during one of the shows. The king was there, and it was so embarrassing. But fortunately, we were able to help her remember them. But you should have been a little bit perhaps more careful with the drinks there, Eliza.
Of course. Oh, but that was the time, Franklin, where you shat your pants on stage. Didn't you have a bout of food poisoning one night?
He was...
and it's like silent. Like, that is not even funny. Everyone's like, how inappropriate.
Yeah. And he dramatically, turns around and walks away. And one of the prettier catty girlfriends, you noticed how she sort of touches Olaf as she's talking to him, and like rubs his wrist a little bit, like, oh, that's so interesting. Investigator in Uppsala. Oh, so you have family there? And he politely says no. Looks at you a couple of times uncomfortably, and then looks back at this woman clinging at him.
And Eliza kind of like, eventually, and she's fine with this because she knows this woman, and she does it to everyone. She is a ladder climber, like every director, every person in the industry, man or woman, like she is just on them. And Eliza comes over. Pardon me, we better be going. We have an early train tomorrow back to Uppsala.
All right, Eliza. You can have him back. But please, Olaf, if you're ever in London again, let me know and I'll show you around. I'll show you a really good time.
You should, Olaf. She knows every nook and cranny.
The woman stares at you and is just like...
so lovely seeing you.
Yeah. I get like flashbacks. Anyway, from my like
I'm like my heart. Yeah. I'm worried.
And you get on a train, and you, after a long journey, you come back to Uppsala. And
I also want to say this like week in London, this montage seems like it's so nice, it's so positive. They're growing closer. Every single night, Eliza has horrible nightmares. Absolutely terrible, terrible nightmares.
And what Eliza also doesn't know is that she is being watched. Not by Olaf, like in a creepy, weird way.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, he's always watching me. He loves me.
Yeah, exactly. He loves you, but no, she's being watched. It's like as if we see this montage of you, leaving the apartment, going for walks, and there's someone at the corner. Like, the point of view from someone looking at you from the corner. But you make it back to Uppsala. Algot takes over the caretaking of Olaf, like changes his bandages and things like that. Also takes over the cooking. Olaf's like, oh, thank God, it's meatballs. I'm trying to remember something, a type of dish. He's like, oh, thank God, meat. I haven't had that in a while.
So doing something wrong?
No. Sorry, I just, sometimes you have this craving for things, and you are an excellent cook, Eliza. Much better than I had hoped. And he already realized he put his foot in his mouth again. I am gonna go and take a nap and not speak for the next 2 hours. Perhaps at some point, Eliza, we should talk about... Because you realize maybe you haven't talked about what happened, really, yet. Of like, your husband is dead. He turned on you. But Olaf makes it clear that whenever you're ready, but I'll be in my room sleeping because I'm tired.
Yeah, I think Eliza's like exhausted as well.
Yeah. And maybe we should get Skid back at some point, because I'm thinking like Francisco would maybe have opinions on this. But we'll deal with that in the future. But you haven't seen Francisco. I love that Francisco like came in and was like, "Hello, I'm a very competent person." Anyway, now I'm gone. Do you have? All right, so let's do some shopping. Do you have? Let's say you have a lot of points. Like maybe between like you would have 40 points probably. Like it's a lot. So you can do upgrades to a lot of things. You can not. The only thing that we've done poorly in the past is that I gave you like ability to upgrade your attributes. You can't do that, but you can upgrade your skills. You can get new talents. There's a lot of fun talents and also the general talents. Like you can use like a force to help your unarmed attack if you're like brave or tough as nail or something. Like, and you can steal talents from other archetypes as well.
Yes. Let me get to the oh gosh, where is the page for upgrades?
They're mixed. Like so, there's one chapter called talents, but then there's also like upgrades for the actual house. So
Yeah,
if
let
you
me
look,
see.
like one is called like chapter 4 is talents, and then the society headquarters campaign rules. Your headquarters. So here,
Yes, page 89.
89. Here's all the cool stuff.
89.
You have you have so many things. You have a map room, local tavern, library. You don't have an observatory, but you have a seance parlor. You have the occult library. You have the botanical garden, and you have dungeon, and occult temple. No, wait, occult archive.
No.
No, sorry, I'm just giving you.
I think we have just occult library.
Yes.
Yeah, because the occult archive is a vault, and we need the temple.
No, you also have the archive because you have each level can store up to 3 power items. Yeah.
And we got Birch, who was the mystic. So that's why we did that. We got the mystic, then we got the occult. So we have occult library, occult archive. Let me just occult. I'm just writing occult 17 times.
Dude, the occult workshop can craft 1 power item before a mystery. What the fuck?
So I'm kind of like, should I was thinking about the occult workshop because Birch, I mean, we've basically made Birch like a semi-playable character, but a very important NPC who, like, I imagine if this was a simulation game, while I'm out chopping wood, like Birch is at home working on like constantly doing stuff like at base. Which I love. And we've been gone for so long and like we haven't really checked in as much for these upgrades. So I'm like, she's been in the archive, in the library, just reading everything, like pouring and looking at the power items that I've already brought back.
Yeah.
The violin and stuff.
Yeah, the violin and the mask. And the power items, and we can also make our own. But, for example, there are items of power and there are magic items. And both of these things are considered power items that you can store in the archive. And you have currently 1 slot left. But I'm thinking, the mask, depending on what you want to do with the mask, because what you know about the mask is that it's whoever is trapped in it did an evil deed to get trapped in it. So the person in there is evil or like fucked up, but it's also a little fucked up to maybe keep her in there in all eternity. Like maybe. you could also kill her, and give her this. But you have, based on what Birch has said, and you might want to confirm this, is that this woman killed a child, in a ritualistic murder, but then something went wrong and she got stuck in this mask.
I think maybe where it had left off with that is that Eliza had asked Birch to, after being initially like repulsed, and I think she was like, put it away and don't let anybody ever touch this.
Yeah.
I think she was like, find a way to get whoever this is out, and we'll deal with that. Yeah. But like, it's worse that they're in there because if somebody puts it on, they will succumb to like this madness and stuff.
Yeah.
So I think in that vein of thought, Birch has created the occult workshop, which is within like the occult archive and library. Like she's been these underground like tunnels, you know. So she carved out this space, and she's been tinkering with how to do this, try to figure out, do they need a seance? Do they need a power item? Like, do they need to create something magical to get this person out? So I think when I come back and I go downstairs eventually to see Birch, it's like there's a whole nother room, and it's got like a workbench and all these like herbs and talismans and jars of salts and crystals and things. And I think Eliza's just like, what is going on?
It's like Santa's little workshop.
Yeah, literally. Except it's like bat wings and lizard tails.
Yeah. And some of these magic items are really cool. Items of power would be, you know, silver bullets, fairy cross, a Bible. Oh, that's the missing item that I've been talking about.
The Bible.
Olaf has a weird fucking black Bible.
Yeah.
But he has that in his possession.
Yeah.
He has not
I wanted to
given
try to steal it, but it never came up.
Yeah, we could roleplay that at some point. But does the archive, because then that's 3 items, but I kind of want to give you the option of like upgrading. You know, you can. How about you can spend like 5 points and you get 3 more slots? This is like so World of Warcraft, but like you have now a bag with a bag of holding and 16 slots. You know,
because can you only have a certain number in the occult workshop?
That's true.
Oh, the occult archive. Each level can store up to 3 power items, but I would assume the occult workshop, it can craft 1 power item before a mystery. Yeah, I would pay extra to like expand, quote unquote, the occult library. Its cost is 6.
Yeah.
So if I pay 5 for the occult workshop, I would be willing to pay another 6 to expand and double and have 3 more slots.
Yeah. And how about, in order to craft a magical item, does it say anything of the cost of that, or is it just, does it say anything specific about what that would cost or entail?
No, just craft 1 power item before a mystery. The game master rolls or picks an item from the list on page 123, or makes one up.
Nice. And all these magic items also comes with a risk. So, for example, seaweed bladder, you can breathe underwater. But the risk is that the water seeps in, and you suffer 1 physical condition for every 10 minutes spent underwater. Okay, that's really good. Like, you can still be 10 minutes underwater. I mean, I guess if you went really, really deep. Whoops. What's up, Chris?
You recording?
Yeah.
Hi, husband.
I could come in and grab some running gear.
Yes.
Fine.
We're wrapping up. We're at 49 minutes. But God. And then there's the loot of the neck, which you have, which gives inspiration 5 when luring a crowd. But you can't stop playing, but you might not want to touch that. You know what it has. Powdered staghorn, snake skin from a woodwife that turns you into a snake. Spindle discovers magical gateways. Holy shit! Oh, sorry.
Don't tell me all of this.
No, sorry.
You have to pick one.
Oh, fuck.
But we can do that later, because maybe we're supposed to do it before a new mystery. So maybe once you have an idea, maybe give me something that's like helpful.
Exactly.
Maybe not something where I go, because if you give me something that I can open a gateway, babe, this is going off the rails. Like,
I know. We've already ruined then the entire. Imagine if you guys did this in Lost Mountain Saga. Of like, we're gonna go up north.
We're leaving. We're actually leaving.
Yeah, we're opening a gate.
Okay, so then expand the archive. I get the workshop. Birch has been like filling out the workshop, and we can talk about what she creates. Then this is something that I think is so apt to this story that you're telling, but it's like just in the book. It's perfect. The Forgotten Gallery, a vast passageway full of showcases displaying the Society's previous finds. The prerequisite is the occult library, and the function, 1 player character gets +1 to resources until the end of the mystery, and the asset is the player characters can bring with them a clue in the form of old journal entries from previous members of the society. They gain +1 to investigation or observation. We've literally hinted at these journals that like pieces were missing, like we're not really sure, all these different people. And I would love for like it says behind an old shelf in a hallway, there are scrape marks on the floor and a mysterious wind seems to be coming from a chamber on the other side. And I think, like she needs Olaf and Algut's help and they like push this. And then it's just this corridor and they're all three silhouetted and they're just like, Algut's like, I didn't even know that was here.
Oh, yeah.
Or
That's
maybe
so
Algut
cool.
did know.
Algut might, you know, I think the way I see Algut is that he's some sort of ghost tied to this house, but he has memory lapses. Otherwise, you know, why would he not tell you the entire story?
Everything. Yeah.
So
That makes sense.
every time you open something new, he's just like, huh, I remember this. And then he, you know, feels it out, but he still lacks, you know, he can't put pieces back in together. However, I know that, no, actually, this might not.
Don't tell me.
Okay. It's also unofficial news. But but we can't discover that part yet because it's not written, like that's written by Free League. So I'm waiting patiently for them to release that part of the adventure with what actually fucking happened. The background to Gyllenkreutz, like what happened those 50 years ago.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
So,
interesting. So do you not want to include that?
I think we should include it because it's fun, because I think this leads up to, you know, but we will probably not be able, it's going to be a dead end currently.
That's okay. I mean, it does give you +1 resources, so I can buy stuff if I want.
Exactly.
And also +1 to the investigation or observation. Not about what happened to Gyllenkreutz.
Yeah.
So that's fine. I just get it for these mysteries.
Yeah, I think that's great. I think that works really well, and I have this idea of like in later seasons, like even if Man of River wraps up, maybe Eliza dies. We don't know yet what's gonna happen. The dice decide, but I'm thinking we'll keep Gyllenkreutz as is unless we burn it down or something. You know, like I don't want to say definitely like everything. I don't want to give anyone plot armor, but it would be fun if like if next campaign. And it's Eliza or someone else, but they have access to all these things. Like the upgrades are already there. Algut is already there, you know, like, so it's not like a restart of the same thing over and over again. And so I think that's really cool. Like there is this forgotten, you know, if they ever release an adventure about the origins of Gyllenkreutz, it would be really fun to have this to look at.
And I think another thing too, we have the dungeon now, which is very important because the only function of the dungeon, it's so scary, is NPCs imprisoned here cannot escape without help. And it's great if we're going to deal with the mask.
Yeah.
Because if we need to do something where like we have to lock somebody up, unfortunately, at least we have the dungeon open now. So like Eliza's kind of checking the boxes of like, okay, if we do this, then this will be this, blah, blah, blah. And she's feeling scared a little bit. Like there's so much happening, and it's like
someone is like also like someone sent your husband to kill you, was able to convince your husband not to kill you, to arrest you actually. He did not want to kill you,
and she tells Algut kind of what happened, like not about her husband directly, but she kind of explains as they walk in the gardens one day. Something has happened, Algut, and I fear that someone might be trying to stop me. Whether they're trying to stop me, Eliza Andrews, or they're trying to stop the person who is currently running things at Gyllenkreutz, I don't know. I haven't the faintest idea why.
I understand.
But I've heard the society being spoken of.
It could be a different chapter of what we're doing. The society, we called ourselves the society back then.
Yes.
I'm going to look into it, but I think people of this world are not very acceptive or understanding of what we're trying to do here. I'm sorry this happened to you, Eliza, and I'm sorry that you no longer can go safe in this world.
Don't be sorry. I'm not. I'm aware now. My eyes are opened. And she kind of looks at this hedge wall in the garden.
Yeah.
I'd like this expanded. I'd like the hedge wall expanded, if you would. You can pull up the roses, I don't care. And I would like 4 targets set up, and we'll need rifles. I'd like to create a shooting range, and I want everyone to learn how to handle a gun.
Oh, cool. Awesome.
So I want the shooting range added. And during the prep phase, each level allows the player characters to bring a ranged weapon of their choosing from the availability levels 1 through 3 without using resources. But this was more so like she needs to learn how to shoot a gun and have a gun on her just in case.
Awesome. So, yeah, you spend some points and you get ranged combat. Ranged combat unlocked.
Ranged combat.
Very good.
Cool.
Good idea.
I haven't even used all of the points, and I think I might allocate the rest to do my skills. Is it 5 per skill point?
Sure. That sounds like what we done.
I can look it up. I can look it up.
5 or 7 or
is it 7? I feel like we've done this before.
I think it's 5 or 7. I have, or maybe it's 6. It would be.
How do I freaking Google help?
8th grade skills. I hate that this is a little bit of a diss towards free league games.
It's impossible to find this.
I know.
We've done this
and
before.
Simbaroom is even worse.
Skills.
If you haven't read those books, I love Simbaroom, but man, is it impossible to find anything. Okay, let's just say that.
Okay. I found it.
Yeah.
When you have gained 5 XP, you can buy in advance. This means that you may increase the value of a skill by 1 step or buy a new talent. So it is 5. You can never have more than 5 in a skill, but there is no limit to how many talents you can purchase. Okay, cool. So then we've gone long for this interlude episode, but I think with the remaining points, I'm going to allocate it to upping some of my skills.
Awesome.
And maybe I'll buy another talent too, because that's always fun.
Yeah. And I think we're going to reveal what those skills and talents are in next combat, whenever we have that. And I'm very excited. But write it down so you remember.
Yes, ma'am.
And I am like, having read these power items and magic items, I know Vaesen is not like, it's not one of those games where, you cast Fireball. But I am excited now to sort of like seep in a little bit more magic into this world and make Eliza a little bit more resistant towards, what the fuck is going on.
Some of these things.
And because it's, I guess where we're gonna leave this is that I want to get back to the main mystery, which is Man of River. What the fuck is Nicholas up to? Find out next episode in a week. And I love you, Sydney. And
I love you.
We will see each other at my